What's up guys, it's Bridget. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having an awesome day, and today's video is all about your skin. Today I'm going to tell you some foods to avoid and a couple tips on things to do. Now the reason I'm doing this video today because the holiday season is here and people are going to start gathering with their family for Christmas and go over to this person's house and go over to this person's house. And let's face it, when your skin's broken out and you're not feeling your best, those are even worse times. So today we're going to do this, and without any further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright guys, before we get started, I am not a doctor. That is clearly obvious. However, I did a lot of research the past 2 days on the internet trying to figure out which foods do cause breakouts and stuff. I notice when I eat certain things in particular, it breaks me out, and because I have a skin condition, I need to pay attention more than I do. I mean, this video is completely like, do as I say, not as I do, because we all know soda's not good for your skin, and I live off of that. So, let's go ahead and get started with the first thing you should avoid. Alright, so the first thing we are going to talk about today is a pretty obvious one, and this is alcohol. Now, I know the holidays may be stressful for you, and you might want to just drink instead of worrying about shopping for gifts, and who's doing this, and who's doing that, decorate the house, blah blah blah. But alcohol can dehydrate you so badly. I think we all know this just from waking up the next day and you need something to drink. However, there's a lot more that goes into it than just dehydration. Even though dehydration does put a really bad hurting on the skin, dehydration can make your skin flaky and dry, your skin's not getting enough. It also can clog your pores when it's kind of grasping for fluids. Drinking a lot of water and stuff can kind of flush out your system and flush out your skin, so it helps clear up your skin, but alcohol does the exact opposite. The collagen in your skin is weakened when you're dehydrated due to alcohol, as well as something you guys might not have thought of, which is your weakened immune system. Now, your weakened immune system could mean you get sick just overall, but as far as your skin, you're way more susceptible to bacteria and not fighting off any bacteria, so your skin could come in contact with some kind of foreign bacteria when you're at a weakened state and cause breakouts and, you know, all that bad stuff. So next up is sushi. Now, if you are like me and Daniel, we love Japanese food. Like the past 3 days, we've had Japanese food 3 days in a row, and I have no issues with that, except for the fact that it's really bad for your skin. Sushi in particular, because it is so high in sodium, especially with all the soy sauces and everything you dip in there. Seaweed has a lot of salt added into it. It's very bad for your skin and can clog your pores. Salt dries out your skin. It can clog your pores as well as give you puffy skin, so that's something you see a lot of. There's something called sushi face that I ran across the internet. I don't entirely know what that means, except for the salt in your skin makes you absorb more water and you get a little bit puffy. As well as if you're going to order sushi or something, instead of ordering something alcoholic to drink with or ordering a tea like I normally do, order water. That way when you're drinking so much sodium, or when you're eating so much sodium, your body kind of filters it out with the water you're drinking. Now, if you are intending on getting sushi anyways, there is something you can do to help your sushi experience so your skin doesn't hate you so much, and that is go heavy on the omega-3s. Now, something that is really heavy in omega-3s and is also a good sushi time, if you like that kind of thing, is salmon. So if you get salmon in your sushi and stuff like that, can really help fight off anything bad, and omega-3s are great for you. So something that I found on every single list about what's bad for your skin is dairy and cow's milk. Now, dairy is creams, butters, milks, all those cheeses and everything like that. And I'm sorry for people who like cheese, because the people who like cheese are really passionate about cheese. It's really bad for your skin. There is a growth hormone in it that damages the skin glands and can cause greasy skin. It's also prone to acne and eczema. So if you have eczema, like me, cow's milk is really bad for you. I've never had an issue with, per se, cheeses and stuff. I've never had an issue with that for eczema or anything, but butter really breaks me out. If I go to the movie theater and I get butter on my popcorn, I know for the next 3 days my skin will be broken out, like guaranteed. So if you go to the movies, avoid the butter on your popcorn. They have this powdered butter at Food Lion or Walmart, anywhere. It's like a powdered butter for like making popcorn at home. That doesn't break me out. So if you are going to the movies, bring a little thing of that powdered butter instead of putting actual butter on it. It still tastes great and it doesn't break my skin out, at least. And then as far as dairy is concerned, the growth hormones added to actual cow's milk can clog your skin and give you acne, because there's just not a natural hormone. And if you want to drink milk anyways, silk milk and soy milk, great way to go. Skim milk, it still has the hormones in it, but skim milk, soy milk, almond milk, all those things are really great. My absolute favorite is silk milk and vanilla. Daniel Lank's almond silk milk. It's such a good, it tastes way better anyways. Solution, I think it's like $1 more, and it goes a long ways as far as helping your skin. And if you have a skin problem like me, avoid cow's milk. Fun fact, the thing about dairy actually came from Curology. The scientists behind Curology, they state that dairy is one of the worst things for your skin. Another thing that is really bad for our skin, but a lot of us consume quite often, is bad carbs. And a lot of that comes in fast food, as far as it's like pastas and potatoes and things along that line. Really heavy, starchy, carby foods. One thing that I definitely want to point out is the worst out of all of these culprits is potato chips and french fries, because you have the bad carbs that clog your pores that are bad for your skin with the potato, and then they're coated in salt. So you have french fries and potato chips, which are both carbs covered in salt, really bad for your skin overall. However, I'm not going to sit here and act like, ooh, I'm not going to eat french fries, it's bad for my skin, because I'm still going to eat french fries that are bad for my skin. At least I know it's bad. Something we already know is bad for our skin, but a lot of us consume anyways. I consume too much of it, and I already know that, is sugar. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Everybody loves sugar, and everybody knows how bad it is, but how many of us actually care? So sugar, I try to avoid it like the week before I have an event or anything, just because sugar can glycate your skin and break down your collagen in your skin, which can make your skin kind of dry, cause stiffness and wrinkles, and you know, as far as I don't think it's realistic to avoid sugar at all costs during your entire life, just because it might be bad for your skin. I do recommend at least a week to give your skin enough time to kind of process that excess sugar out. Drink a lot of water right before you have to do something, and you should be okay. Another thing that is bad for your skin is seafood, specifically shellfish. So there is good things about seafood for your skin as well, like the omega-3s in salmon we were talking about previously. But something worse for your skin is shellfish in particular, at least in high quantities, because it is high in iodine, and iodine is really terrible for your skin. Iodine can cause clogged pores, acne, and inflamed, splotchy red parts of your skin. Now, if you have a shellfish allergy, or you've seen someone with a shellfish allergy, even if you're not allergic to shellfish in high quantities, like if you're eating it every day, the iodine could still cause that red splotchiness that you see. Another thing is red meats. Now, I know this sounds like it's a lot of things you can't eat, but there are different solutions we'll talk about in a minute to these things. And of course, a lot of these things are just really bad for you in high quantities. So I'm just trying to break it down for you as far as which are the worst. And this is red meat. Red meat is high in testosterone and can cause your overstimulant of your oil glands and can cause your skin to break out. Also, there is something called sebum oil in your skin. And when you eat high quantities of red meats, it'll take those dead skin cells and push them to the surface, causing clogged pores or forced pimples out of your skin. And that sounds disgusting. So, I mean, I'm definitely a chicken person more, I think, compared to red meats. Although I do love a steak. So, what's your favorite meat? Let me know. And if you're a vegetarian, let me know what your favorite thing for like a entree. Let me know what your favorite entree is down below. So let's talk about a couple of things that you can eat that are really good for your skin, and then we'll talk about a couple of things in like your daily life that you might not know are causing you skin issues. And the first thing we're talking about is if you're reaching for food, you're reaching for like natural food, you're not looking for over-processed things, like you're going to the grocery store, reach for things that have more of a rich color. So this means if you're getting a grapefruit, get a red grapefruit over a white one. If you're reaching for tomatoes, go ahead and get those rich red ones instead of the more green ones that aren't really ripe yet. Also, this goes for like other foods too, so definitely things like beans, red beans, kidney beans, all those things. What's a red bean? Are really good for your skin and will help you out in the long run. They don't clog your pores. They're high in water concentration. Also, fruits are really good, so you can reach for a red apple over a green apple. Fruits in general are a good solution for natural sugars. They're not the best thing in the world for you, but they have a high concentration of water and natural sugars that'll satisfy your need for a little bit of sweetness if you're avoiding sugar that week and help your skin. Another thing you can really easily do is substitute butter in your recipes for olive oil. Small constitutes of olive oil rather than butter, because as we talked about, butter is a dairy product, and it will cause your skin to break out and cause clogged pores, so you can reach for olive oil instead, and it will taste slightly different, but it does do the job. Okay, so another thing we have to talk about is pillowcases. Now, I know we've all heard, yeah, change your pillowcase all the time. I am trying to do way better at this because I haven't done it in the past that much. Like, every time I wash my sheets, I wash my pillowcase, but I need to flip it more and like all that. Pillowcases, when your hair is kind of oily or it's kind of greasy and you haven't washed it for a little bit, you're rubbing around in the middle of the night, your hair is touching all over your pillow and stuff, and then your face touches it when you turn, and then the oils from your hair get on your face and it really breaks you out. So I definitely recommend at least flipping it and changing it and cleaning it quite often, because, you know, a couple of us are culprits of letting our hair get really bad before we end up washing it, and I'm not saying that's me, I'm just saying it might have happened a couple times. Another thing that I personally experienced is when I had bangs, I would always have my forehead really broken out because the oils from my hair, even if my hair was clean, there was still like base root oils of my hair, and it would come down and break out my forehead really bad. So if you are suffering from acne on your forehead, just pin up your bangs like this when you're around the house or overnight, and it'll kind of keep the oils of your hair off your forehead as long as possible, and I think that really helps. Another thing that I'm going to go ahead and point out, even though everybody's going to be like, we know, is remove your makeup before you go to bed. Personally, the only time I will ever be seen falling asleep in my makeup is if I pass out drunk after a night of drinking, which is very, 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 very rare. But no, I have to remove my makeup before I go to sleep because I know it'll clog my pores, it'll dry out my skin, and I already have dry skin, so like I need to do like a whole process every night with my skincare before I go to bed, which may seem like a lot, but I've really been trying to keep care of my skin after I turned 24 because I feel like that's when it all starts going downhill, people say, so I'm trying to keep this up as best as possible. I do find that a couple things that really help my skincare, even if I eat really crappy, as long as I keep my skincare routine up and in good standing, and I'm really patient with that, my skin won't break out as much. So I do think a good skincare routine as well as eating right helps. But if you're not willing to eat right, because sometimes I'm just not willing to, I'm very stubborn, I think that a good skincare routine can help block a lot of the issues you have. I find a toner very helpful. I use the Pixie Beauty, I'll leave the products, I'll leave my normal skincare link down below. I use the Pixie Beauty Rose Tonic and the Glow Tonic toners. They've really been helping me get all of the excess oils off of my skin. Like if I wake up in the morning, I'll use that in a little cotton round, or after I remove my makeup and I feel like there's a little bit of residue after my makeup still from whatever makeup wipe I used, I'll go back over it with the toner. It really removes any excess dirt, oils, makeup off my skin, and I really like that. Also, my cellar water will do that job too. I just haven't found one that's cruelty-free yet. Another thing I really like doing is making sure that I use a cleanser at least every other day. So after I remove my makeup with a makeup wipe, I'll go back in with an all-natural cleanser. I use a Red Beet one by Masquerade right now, and a couple other cleansers. Cleansers really help deep dive into the skin, and you're putting in a lot of water into your skin when you're washing your face. So just a makeup remover isn't really going to get deep down. Like the toner and everything will help get all the excess oils off of your skin, but really getting deep down with water and washing your face. Wash your face while you're in the shower too, just to open up your pores while it's hot and steamy in there. It'll open up your pores and you can kind of flush out anything sitting in your skin. That's another tip I have for you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I want to know something in the comment section down below. I want to know your favorite entree, first of all, because we all have different ones. I think mine's a steak, but there is another thing I want to ask you though, and that is what triggers your skin to break out. For me, it's like things like sweat and stuff because I do have skin problems, but for like foods, it is definitely movie theater butter that'll make my skin guaranteed break out. Also, greasy pepperonis. Like, I'm the person to take a paper towel and blot my pizza. Like, if there's too much grease on a pizza, I can't eat it because it will break my skin out. Yeah, so those are the things for me. I want to know what like triggers your skin because we're all different. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you learned something. I hope this helped any of you getting ready for the holiday season and trying to look your best. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you later. Bye.